Hey you guys, Tara Cherie here with you. It's so good to be here with you. Just a couple of things here before I dive into things with you today. I just want to let you know that I'm going to be changing the time. I was kind of testing out the 1:30 time range window, PM Eastern Standard Time every Tuesday and Thursday, but what I'm finding is I expand on my services and in my business and taking it to that next level. And it is both are growing. And so I need to be able to better accommodate the schedule and still get my little ones down and be fair to them and not be rushed. So I am going to be changing the time that we convene and meet. And I'm going to label that new time for 2:15 p.m. Every Tuesday and Thursday. I just think that's going to be a little better of a time frame window for me. So feel free to join me then. That's just a little housekeeping thing. And I just want to welcome you if you're joining me for the first time. I just want to say welcome. It's really awesome to have you here. If you're joining and you've been supportive all along, I just want to say thank you for joining in and being a supporter. And it's really awesome. And every week we get to talk about a different topic. And last week we talked about being a little bit more vulnerable. And so I just want to be vulnerable with you this week. So, I really want to just speak to moms. First of all, you guys just have to know that my heart is for moms. I started business before I had children, and I love serving other people. I love helping them with their needs, especially with organization, and I love helping with time management, and I love helping people to become more free inside out. Amen. So whatever area it is that they're struggling with, whether that's just relationships, whether that's just, connecting with the kids, connecting with spouse, whether that's, gosh, I feel like my house is just chaos, and I need some help getting it in order. I need better time management. I really want to, be able to create more recipes that don't take so much time in the kitchen. That's kind of like where my heart is. I just totally want to connect with people on that way. Amen. Hey, Pam, it's nice to have you. And so, that's totally my heart. And the thing is, I had business before I had all those other things. Some people would say those are distractions. They're not distractions. I think you're in a different place in your life when you first have a business and you start growing that, and then you totally change as you become a mom and you start having kids, and you have to start making some changes. And these aren't necessarily don't have to be huge changes, but just, I like to call them little tweaks, because as you've evolved, your business should be evolving, right? And I've been through it all, you guys. Okay, let's be real. I had business before I had kids, then I had my first, and I was closing deals, feeding them a bottle. Okay, it was never ideal and perfect. So I just want to encourage you, don't ever feel like your business and your situation has to be ideal to really take off, because it doesn't need to be. Okay, so I just want to encourage you to let that out the window. You do not need to be perfect. I encourage you to let go of perfection. You don't need to be any of those things. Okay, all you have to do is be present, consistent, and show up. Can you do that? So present, consistent, and show up. Somebody write that down, because that's actually really good and helpful. Okay, and the other thing is, I was feeding them bottles. I was changing diapers. I had poop smeared on my walls, closing $9,000 deals. Okay, it was actually more like 11,000, and then at a time, and then 9,000 of that I was profiting directly at the time. Okay, and so I had to change diapers doing this. Okay, I had to put kids to bed running my business. Okay, I had kids getting up out of bed. I had kids making a mess in the kitchen. Okay, I had, still needed to maintain my home, still needed to make sure the meals got prepped and were cooked and put in the refrigerator. I had to make sure that I was allocating my time. Okay, but the thing is, we don't have to do it alone, because here's the truth. As a mom and as you are building your business, it's really important to do a couple of different things. That I was just talking to a dear friend. I actually just got done with a coaching session, and I was just talking to somebody today about, how are they organizing their time so that they're able to set boundaries and really work with the time that they have. Okay, because the truth is, my 9-month-old just decided today that the trash can was the perfect place to play in and get into all the cabinets as I'm trying to do business. Now, the old Tara used to freak out about this, and everything had to be just so and in order in a certain way. Okay, and I'm here to say, let that go. Okay, because you just explain to your contacts and to your people, hey, I'm a mom. Okay, and I do this because of my kids. I remind people what my why is and why I want to share my why with people. You know, I really want to encourage them. I want to love on them. Hey, Ryan, it's good to see you. And, you know, I really just want to love on people. But I want to love on my kids while I do my business. I'm not trying to brand myself as this perfect mom who has everything in order all the time. Okay? So whatever you could take off your plate, if it's not serving you and it's a distraction, you know, let it go. Okay? If it's not serving you, it is a distraction. But your children should never be thought of as a distraction. Okay? Your business should never be thought of as a distraction. It's a vehicle and it's a means for continuing to be able to be with your kids, for being able to take time off and do things with your kids, to be able to fund other things that you love, treasure, and believe in, that you feel that the Lord has called you into doing. Okay? It should also be another means and a way of, you know, just giving you your time and your freedom back. You should be able to have your freedom back, you know? And so that's the huge thing here, is just getting yourself into a position that not everything has to be perfect. You can let some things go. And that's something I've really had to work on. Okay. I can tell you right now, there are crumbs in my floor that are driving me crazy. Okay. But I've been busy spending time with my children. Okay. And making it productive. Our time should be productive. We should want to give our time to our children and to ourselves, and to allow grace and mercy in the areas that we don't always have the most leverage or the most time with. Okay? So do not beat yourself up about it, that there are still dishes in the sink, that there are crumbs on your floor. Those will get tended to. What is the most important things to you? And if you were to make a list right now of what your top 3 priorities are in your business, just in your everyday life, what are those? And what do they look like? Like, really write those things down. And don't overthink this. Just write down the first 3 things that come to your mind, okay, that are really important to you. And that's what you should lead with and allow yourself to focus on. You know, this goes for dads running businesses too. I'm not trying to just single out moms, but my heart is for moms because I am one. So I get it. Okay. You wear so many hats, and you're running around, and you have all these things that are going on in your everyday life. And you're like, how can I get these in better order? And I feel really torn because I love my business and I love what I do, but I also want to make sure that I'm, you know, taking care of my children or my spouse, and that nothing is getting neglected. So what I would encourage you with is setting, first of all, boundaries with your time management, okay? I was sharing this with somebody today. So, you know, don't allow people, first of all, to suck up your time. If they're not productive and they're not helping you to grow as a person, it's time to set the timer with them. If they call you, you set that precedent. You know, forgive yourself for not setting that boundary before, and you let them know, hey, forgive me. I didn't set a healthy boundary. I didn't set what should have been there for my business. You know, I didn't treat my business like a business. I didn't treat my family like the family that it is. I wasn't serving it as my first ministry, but here's the thing. I'm ready to do that now. So you've got about 5 minutes of my time. And when that 5 minutes is over, you tell them, hey, my window of 5 minutes, it's now over. We've got to hang up and go. You know, I've got stuff to do. I'm sure you do too. I love chatting with you. If there's anything that I can actually help you with and building your business, or if there's something that I can pray with, I'm totally happy and ready and willing to help you out with that. But I'm no longer going to allow things to take away my time, because I'm at that next level. And I need to be able to really show and demonstrate where that time needs to be. Okay? If somebody is really helping you blow up your business, you better give them some of your time and start serving them and learning and showing them how to lead and make that time for them. Okay? So by learning time management for your family unit and also for your business will allow you to be more fluid and free. I'm not saying be so rigid you can't be flexible and go with the flow. Okay? The Lord changes my calendar and my schedule all the time. to fit what he wants to do with it. I always decree and declare and give my day to the Lord, by the way. So you always want to start doing your day that way and giving everything to the Lord and allowing him to lead you. I totally agree with that. But, start setting time aside for your follow-ups. How much time do you have realistically? Take a look at your schedule. I'm being serious. Grab your phone or your calendar and take a look. How much time are you spending following up with your prospects? How much time are you spending with creativity? Are you creating free offers with your business? Are you wanting to do that? How are you wanting to promote your business? How are you wanting to promote your life, as a mom? Are you scheduling your content? And if not, I can show you how to do all that. Okay. But in the meantime, how are you doing with your time? Okay. Are you making time each and every day to set out and really follow back up with people? When's the last time that you made a list? Maybe some people, maybe they were a really great prospect. Life happened and you didn't follow up with them. Don't you think you should reach back out to them and connect with them? What if they were in a position where they really needed this business, but you just haven't shown them that side? They maybe tested a product for you. Maybe they were a customer and they fell off, especially as you start getting new products. And especially as you start really moving forward, like maybe something really exciting happened. It's perfect time to promote and leverage that. And you're not down their throat. You're just sharing an opportunity and loving on them. Okay? Always put the relationship first. Okay? Business second. You can still have those conversations, love on them, pray with them, catch up, that kind of thing. And then say, hey, I meant to tell you, by the way, we just had a new product come out, or, hey, this is happening. I really wanted to make sure, by the way, that I shared it with you. Would you like some more information on that? Just gently guide them through it. And just make sure you're making those connections again. And if there's some people like you've never connected with, every day, you guys, at least 20 to 30 minutes. You can do it by then. That's actually longer than what you really need, but you can take that time and just set aside that 20 minutes. Who have I not connected with? And, take 2, 3, or 4 people and share a little bit. Maybe at first you're just it's more relational and you're planting the seed. You don't want to lead with your business, so you're always leading with your relationship. And then as you see a need, you can share it. Just keep it real, right? So set some time aside to be able to do those things. And in that way, you can be more fluid and free about how you schedule that time with your children. Okay, so if they've been requesting to go to the park, or they've been requesting to go, someplace, okay, figure out a day in the week that's going to work for you and take them and spend that time. And don't feel guilty about spending that time with your children. You're ministering to your children. You're loving and you're connecting with your children. That's important. And as a mom, that makes you feel more fulfilled and satisfied when you spent that time with your kids and they weren't second. Okay, they should never feel second. Okay, so that's why you're scheduling that work time, because the rest of the time you're not responding to your phone and you're not responding to text messages and you're not responding to your social media. You're present with your children, whether they're helping you cook in the kitchen, whether you guys went on a walk, whether you took them to art class, or, maybe you took them to soccer practice, whatever that looks like. You're cheering them on at soccer. You're cheering them on when it comes to, their class and what they're making, okay? You be present and attentive to them, and that will show up in how you parent your children. Amen. That will be like a positive thing you're doing. All right. And then everything else, it can wait. Set some time aside if you need to meal plan and meal prep. Some people like cooking in the kitchen every night, and that's great, but I know I'm not one of those parents. I never feel like I have that in my schedule just to do that. I might do that a night or two here or there, but for the most part, I'm really scheduling out my meals. I just think it's a lot easier, okay? Or, you can always do night before if you're somebody that likes to set that precedent into your routine the night before and throw something in the crock pot and then you have it cooking all day. Or maybe you grill part of it so that way that afternoon you're only cooking part of it and it takes 10 or 15 minutes. It doesn't take a whole lot out of your time, and then you're free. If you're like, oh, I've got this extra time, I could connect with so-and-so. Yeah, sure, you can do that then. Okay? Don't be afraid to ask for help. Okay? Sometimes we can say, yeah, I'm great, right? But your facial expression says it all. And believe me, people, they pick up on those things. They really do. They know when you're saying, oh, yeah, I'm great, and you're not. So here's another thing for you. Don't isolate. If you really genuinely, you need help scheduling out your life, scheduling your content, if there's just an area that you're not good at, like I've had somebody tell me before, like, man, I'm so good about like vacuuming and doing my dishes, but I really stink at, keeping my closet organized, and I could use some accountability. Don't be afraid to seek out accountability. You are not weak for getting coaching or getting help in an area of your life. That actually makes you stronger. Because if you know somebody that can help you out with those things, partner up with them, link arms, let them know that like, hey, I don't know how long this is going to take me, but it's been on my to-do list. I said I was going to do it a week ago. It's been like a year now. I need some accountability in figuring out a good strategy for getting to the bottom of this. When that was huge. When my mom passed away after our second child was born, it was very overwhelming for me. She passed away like 2 weeks after my second was born. And, I'm usually a pretty organized person, but there were just even basic things. I needed people to call me and check on me and hold me accountable because the hormones were raging and I had lost my mom. And I didn't know what abnormal grieving was. I never had a loss that significant. Do you know how much it meant to me when somebody actually checked on me? And they would tell me, even my husband would tell me, anytime you feel like you are about ready to go and isolate or you feel like you can't handle something, you let me know immediately. That was hard for me. My pride and ego did not want to show people I was weak because I grew up like super duper performance oriented, right? And I don't feel like this anymore. My parents were just doing the best they could. They were really good parents. It was just, they thought they were driving me and encouraging me to go to the top, but it was a lot. It was a lot of pressure. And it was hard for me to be vulnerable and real with people and just be honest with where I was at. But being honest is what makes you stronger. Admitting and acknowledging that you need help in an area can only grow you. And, you're modeling a healthy life to your children and to your team and those people that you're doing business with that you have commitments and obligations to. And so you are not weak for admitting that you need help, okay? And if it is not serving you right now, I give you permission to let that go, okay? And if the things around your house are not completely getting done, that's okay. Put it down. I know I'm somebody, I don't even like dishes in my sink, I admit it. I hate dishes in my sink. That's gross to me. Okay? But you know what? I've learned to do it, especially if it has meant having an extra hour with my husband or an extra hour with my kids that we're playing a game or that we're connecting or we're doing story time or something like that. That is huge. That is so huge because your kids are going to grow up remembering, hey, mommy, I loved it when you played cards with me. I loved it, Dad, when you took that extra 20 minutes to go out in the backyard with me. They remember all that. They don't remember about the crumbs and the dishes that weren't done. They don't remember those things. They don't. And I know my dad was one of them. He wanted his parents' involvement. He longed for that. And they were busy working. My grandfather was busy working, and so he didn't have a whole lot of time with them. But I don't want to be that parent that's like, Mom, you were always busy working. You were checked out and you weren't with me. I don't want to look back and say, gosh, I'm sorry that was true, and have to go through all the forgiveness. I just want to have that connection with my kids now when I can make it a meaningful impression and connection, amen? Because so many people, they want to connect with you more than just, for business or for one split second. Okay, your connections, they're important. They're leaving a message and a legacy. They're saying that you are present and you are somebody that we should connect with. Don't be surprised if you start attracting people, especially when you get your priorities in order. There will always be time to get the crumbs and get the dishes and to vacuum. But for now, if you can delegate something, like if you've been doing all the calls for all your team and all their people, start training people how to train up their own people. Start teaching people how to fish and how to swim. Start teaching your children how they can help you in the kitchen, help you around the home. Especially if they're old enough, start teaching them responsibility. Start teaching them how to navigate life. Okay? And if they show interest in your business, you can start showing them those things too. Stop going so fast. Somebody needs to hear this. Stop going so fast and slow down. I want you to slow down. And I really want you to start focusing on what's important. Those first 3 things in front of you, start focusing on them. And if you're still feeling stuck because you wanted to get something additional done and you really just don't know how to do it and it has become so overwhelming, reach out to somebody. In fact, here's what I'm going to do. I want to kind of keep this short because I want to give all my secrets away in one call, right? I want you guys to come join me, right? Because I love being like a family. I love having people jump on and watch these. I love just being able to give somebody something of value. And I love being present with people, right? There's only so much babbling I can do as a mom, each day, right? Like you need adult interaction a little bit. So Facebook Live is a way for me to get that too. It's also another way just to like share my heart with you and love on you and encourage you. And I just love doing that. I would be lost if I didn't get to do that with you at least twice a week. So, here's what I'm gonna do. I gotta keep you guys coming back wanting more, right? So, so just for those of you that are just now jumping on, so here's what I'm gonna do because my heart really is to serve you. I know the challenges firsthand of being a mom. I remember the days of poopy diapers on my walls. Can I tell you how many toys I tried to clean poop out of? I even tried taking toothpicks to clean them out. It was gross. It was not fun, right? And here I am, like, closing a sale, like, wondering if my house is going to get clean, like, trying to get the poop out of the toy kind of situation. So I know it all too well. It's a blast, but it can be rough sometimes, So I just want to show that I get it. I'm here for you. Even if you've got older kids, it's a challenge because you've got other concerns and you're worried about if they're going to come home, if everything is okay. And, I get that too. And so, I worry about that, for my kids as they get older as well. And so, just to kind of give you some peace of mind, if there is an area that you're really having a tough time with, guess what? You're not alone. And I would love to talk with you individually and help you come up with some sort of strategy and game plan, for getting just your affairs in order, whether that's, something in your home that you need help with organizing, or if it's a time management thing in your business or in your home life, or if you're just struggling with a personal matter and you just really need some accountability and prayer. I definitely want to connect with you. Yes, I am a coach and yes, I offer those services, but more importantly, I just want a relationship with you. I just want to connect with you personally. We can figure out the rest later. But if this is you, you really shouldn't have to feel alone. You shouldn't have to feel a need to isolate. You should feel that you can relate and identify and connect with someone. So I'm going to leave my contact information in the comment section so that way you can go ahead and click on it and get with me. And if you know me personally, would rather just come to me directly that way, you can message me and I'll gladly meet with you. Totally free without any strings attached or anything. My heart is for you and I want to help you. And I do free up my time sometimes just to pray with people, especially as the Lord prompts me and as I feel led to do that kind of thing. I'm definitely here for you and I would be glad to do that with you. So make sure you let me know because I don't know unless you let me know. And if this video benefited you in any sort of way, please feel free to share this video with somebody. I want them to feel helped, and maybe they're telling you that they're good because they love you and they care about you and they don't want to be a burden, but they're really not. So do me a favor and get the message out there because I want to let somebody know that somebody's there for them. And I would love to meet with them too and connect with them if I can help them in any shape, way, or form. And anyway, I hope that you guys benefited from this. We are doing a new time now. We're going to be meeting instead of 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Tuesday and Thursday. We are going to be meeting at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for those of you that want to continue to join every Tuesday and Thursday and otherwise specified. It may change here and there, but that's going to be the time that I think is going to work really well. So we're going to roll with it for a little while and see how it goes. If you have any questions or comments about today, please feel free to post them in the comment section. And as always, it was really good to be here with you. You don't have to feel overwhelmed. The good news is there's somebody that's here to help you to navigate those things, to navigate boundaries, to help you out with just feeling overwhelmed and feeling stress and feeling pressure, and just to be there and hold you accountable and help you to work through these things. So I just want to let you guys know that I am here for you. If there's anything further that I can do for you, please just let me know that too. It's been a real blessing being here with you today. It's been awesome. Thank you so much for joining. And I look forward to connecting with you Thursday at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.